Welcome to Memo LTE with the ZTE Grand Memo LTE smartphone here in the unboxing, and we will also compare it with some other devices that I have on the table right now, like the Sony Xperia Z Ultra. Then we have also the Apple iPhone 5S, the LG G2 here, and actually even more devices, but I think these are the relevant ones that you want to look at when you will buy this smartphone, which has a stunning 5.7-inch screen with HD resolution, 30-megapixel camera built in it. I'm not reading it from the back since the whole box is actually white. It only says ZTE and the Grand Memo LTE name here. And there's different versions for different countries. This is, for example, as I said, the LTE version. It says it in the name. There's also the standard Grand Memo without LTE, for example, for China. And I think that's even dual SIM, but this is just a single SIM version here for Europe, which costs only €299 right now in stores here in the beginning of October. So let's just unbox it, take it out of the box, and see what else we have also inside the case when you will buy it for this nice price. Then the first thing you will see here when you take off the top cover is the device itself, which is a black version here in this matter. I already took off the protection foil since I unboxed it also in German. So we will take a closer look at that in just a second. Let's first see what else we have here inside. So we have in 12 or 11 languages here the quick start guide. So there's only I think 10 or 15 pages here for each language, where you can see where to put in the SIM card, how to charge a device, and so on and so on. Then also, of course, we have a charger which gives out 1500 milliamps at 5 volts. So the battery should be charged about 2 to 3 hours. In about 2 to 3 hours, and also a micro USB cable for the charger, so you can also use it for data transfers and not only for charging. That's why it's separate. And then we have a headset with a flat band cable, which is quite nice. It's in ear. We have 3 different sizes, but it's not a golden end, and there's only one button and a microphone built in, so you cannot change the volume or anything over the headset, but you can set the next song or last song, or of course answer a call if you are listening to music right now. So that's it from inside the box, as you can see. And let's take a look at the device. So we get a little bit closer, change the focus, and then we can go on here with the ZTE Grand Memo LTE, which is a nice device, especially if you look at the back. It has this nice rubberish black back cover, which is really quite nice in your hand. And on the top also here the 30-megapixel camera with a chrome border. It stands also out a little bit, which is not that great if you put it down on the table, but on the bottom we have here where the speakers are, Dolby Sound Plus actually inside, where the speakers are some little, I could say, nibs or nipples, which stand out here on both sides of the speaker, which feels quite strange, but I guess it's also for putting it down on the table, so you still have sound coming out when you just have it flat down on the table. So we have also flash for the camera, of course. On the sides we have a volume rocker, nothing else here. Nice chrome bar again going around the device. On the bottom there's only a microphone. Actually there's another microphone right next to the camera. I didn't show you guys that. On the bottom here we have the micro USB for charging and data transfer. Here behind this little flap we have the micro SD card reader. Since there's only 16 gigs internally, you can upgrade that with 64 or more if you want to. SDXCs. Then we have a SIM card slot here. I think that should be a micro SIM. Nano SIM of course not, but also not standard SIM cards. Otherwise on the top we have the on and off switch here and the headphone port. I already showed you guys the back. Again here the microphone. And on the front, which I quite love about this device, is that we have the Android buttons here separately on the bottom, and not like with most devices like the LG G2, which has of course also quite nice stunning 5.2-inch Full HD display. It's not built into the display, but it's really here on the bottom, and you have no space on the display covered with just Android buttons. So if I already have it in my hands, you can see here the display, the size comparison, 5.2 against 5.7 inch. It's actually, I think, the best visible in terms of size when I just put them onto each other, so you can see that here on the bottom it's a full finger difference and here it's maybe half a finger or 3/4 of a finger difference. Otherwise, in terms of thickness, they are about the same, and in price, it's I think about 20% more for the LG, since it has a little bit more powerful hardware inside, and it has also an optical image stabilization for the camera, which this one doesn't have. So you guys probably know the Apple iPhone. A lot of people have it, especially in the US, and this is of course more than double the price, I would even say, than the ZTE Grand Memo, but you can see here that in size it's definitely not double the size. Just from the front looking at it, this is how that would look like. Also here, I think you can see it quite nicely when I do this, that there is really quite a lot of size difference here, more than one finger here and 2 or 2.5 fingers even here on the bottom, but in thickness it's again about the same. So there is a phone that is of course even bigger in the phablet sphere, which is the Sony Xperia Z Ultra. Now this is a phone that you can actually put in your pocket, but I'm not recommending it for a long time, especially if sitting down like I am right now. It's not that comfy, and the ZTE Grand Memo is, in terms of size, really a small smartphone compared to the ZTE, to the Sony Xperia Z Ultra, which has a 6.4-inch screen. Let's just put them on top of each other so you guys can see here that really here again 1.5 fingers in height, or actually a little bit less since I held them wrong. So 1 finger here and half a finger maybe here in width is the difference, but the Sony is a lot slimmer and has only 3000 milliamp battery, which the ZTE also has, and the LG even has 3200 milliamps of battery, so the LG would be the winner there. So that's actually it from the size comparison. If I turn the device on and the sun is shining right now, you will see a little bit of the screen, not too much, since it's quite bright out here, and this is the maximum brightness that you can do actually here with this device. What I can do though is start the camera and show you guys a little bit how fast it is. It's really, this is the front camera actually right now, so this is just HD resolution. On the back you have the 30 megapixel with full HD for videos, so that's a little bit smoother, faster, and looks also quite good for snapshots. We will try that out of course here in the direct sunlight or the outdoor sun, and when it's a little bit darker. Otherwise the full review will come up soon, so don't forget to subscribe to Memo LTE here, the channel. Thank you much for watching. Till next time, please tune in again, and my name is Balázs Gál.